If you've got what you know is a great idea for a service, product, or program, but you're really just not making any money from it, I've got some ideas for you. I'm Nikki Brown, the communication stylist, and in this video I want to share what I know to be the simplest way to make money with your business. Okay, and I'm going to break it into 3 steps. I know I have a thing for 3 steps, but here's the point. You may be tempted to say, well, Nikki, you're oversimplifying it. And I may be tempted to say, well, you're overcomplicating it. I hear all the time people struggling with, I did this, but I'm not making any money. And I think it's because we're missing the big picture here. So I'm just going to rewind a little bit and remind you that when I started my business, I had no website in place. I was literally just saying, all right, well, I've got some value to offer people. Let's work with entrepreneurs. I can help them with communication. And all I needed was Time Trade for Scheduler and Skype. And that was it. My business was profitable by the end of the 2nd month, or by the middle of the 2nd month, because I went from 2 clients to like 90 something, and it was really crazy. But the key there was, well, I'll get to that in a second because it's step number 3. All right, so here we go. 3 steps to making money with your business. The first step, the most important step, you might say, is to actually create something that solves a problem. So maybe you've already done it, or you're thinking about doing it and you just haven't actually created your product, program, or service yet. Do that, because you certainly can't make money unless you have something to offer. Making money comes as part of a value exchange, so you've got to do your part and step it up. Literally in the last 5 days, I just created a whole new mini product that I'll tell you about here in just a second. But it's just a matter of like, you've got that idea, you know you need to create something or offer something, put it together. And it doesn't have to all be perfect, of course. You know, I say that. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be shared. The first time I launched a course about copy, I didn't have it all together yet. I had the content pretty much structured in a Word document, but by the time I had over 50 people sign up to take the course, I hadn't recorded 1 lesson yet. So don't use that as an excuse, like, no, it's not perfect, all my ducks aren't in a row. Mine weren't either, and I think that's the secret to it. Again, we're overcomplicating it. So the first thing is to actually create your product, program, or service. Okay. The second thing is you've got to be open to receiving money. Like literally you have to be open for business. So whether that's PayPal or Square or Stripe or Circle or whatever you use, you've got to be able to receive money. Now, another interesting story from my business this year in particular, I was in like a self-imposed income hibernation for about 6 months there. So other than a joint venture webinar I did with David Siteman Garland earlier this year, I wasn't really open to making money for myself until I reopened a course about copy this summer. After the big launch, there was all kinds of weird resistancy, upper limity money stuff that came up after I hit 6 figures in 10 months, and people seemed really triggered by that or something. I don't know. I thought like, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Maybe I shouldn't make money, like it has to level out or something. I don't know, but it's like I put myself in income timeout for a little while, and there's about 1 million blog posts in that in itself. But the point is, as soon as I had a live order form again, I was like, it just felt good to be literally open for business. And so think about it. Even if you have that product, program, or service, if you don't have it linked up to a live order form or a PayPal button link, which is what I did for all my one-on-ones, people literally can't pay you. So how are you going to make money if you're not actually open for business? It is amazing to have a live order form. And I'll tell you more about that in a second too, okay? The third step, once you've created, at least structured the idea for whatever your product, program, or service is going to be, you've created a payment gateway of some kind so that people can actually pay you. Again, bookkeeping, accounting, legal, all that stuff, yes, this is way bigger picture, but I'm just talking about the simple, basic steps. You can figure all that as you go. Number 3 is to tell people about it. Once you've created it, once you've got a way for people to pay you, now it's time to actually communicate that you've got this amazing thing. You can't sell a secret. And of course I'm really passionate about this piece because what I sell, so far at least, is all about helping you communicate your value with the people who need it in a way that doesn't feel awkward, but it's just a genuine representation of you. And so you've got to make sure that you're telling people about it. If you're just expecting to have something sitting there and people are just rolling in out of nowhere to buy it, sure, maybe that'll happen one day. But in reality, that's not how I've made any of my sales ever from the beginning. It was about going out and connecting with people and letting them know who I was so they could know, like, and trust me, and letting them know what I had to offer. So speaking of that, I have a few things to offer you, and they can help you with this third step. So I wanted to let you know this was also just my fun way of letting you know that A Course About Copy is now open, evergreen wise. So if you've missed it before and you know you wanted to sign up, I'm going to put links below for the full course. I'm also going to put a link below for A Course About Copy Prep School, which is like a mini version, kind of a base camp until you're ready to graduate to the full version of A Course About Copy. And big announcement of the thing that I just created this week, I wanted to tell you about this brand new bite-sized super value offer called the One Sentence Workbook. So you may know that one of my most popular blog posts of all time was walking through this process that I went through with all my one-on-one clients to create this one sentence that was like the foundation for everything else that we worked on. No matter what page we were writing, we always start with the one sentence, and that's an entire lesson in A Course About Copy. I wrote this blog post, but to be honest, it's been kind of driving me crazy for a while because over the last several months, I've had several little things that I wanted to tweak and change or add to it to make it more helpful, which is what I incorporated in Lesson 3 of A Course About Copy. What I decided to do was to put all of that in one fillable workbook and offer it as its own standalone product. So I'm going to include a link for that below as well. It's literally, if my most popular blog post of all time, Lesson 3 of A Course About Copy, and our gorgeous A Course About Copy workbook had a baby, the One Sentence Workbook would be it. I'm really excited about it. I've never offered anything for under $100 unless it was free. So I'm really excited because I know this is the piece that helps so many people get clear. You can use the one sentence for your business. You can use it for every individual offer. And that's what leads me to your homework for today. So this is your assignment today. In the comments below at nikkialljbrown.com, I would love to know how you would describe this one thing that you've got for sale, this product, program, or service. How would you describe it in one sentence if you can? Feel free to leave a link below. Again, you can't sell a secret, right? So tell us about it in the one sentence. Check out any of those links if they're helpful for you. I was supposed to be speaking slower in this video because I had some folks in the UK tell me that I'm hard to understand, and I totally forgot about that until right now. So I apologize if that was talking way too fast for you. I promise I'll work on it next time. I just am really excited about all this new stuff today, and I want you to really consider that maybe you're just overcomplicating things in your business right now, and you just need to scale it back, tune out all the distractions and all that you have to have this just right and this just right. All you need to do is have something of value that solves a problem, have a way to get paid for it, and tell people about it. Try that. Let me know how it goes. Can't wait to see what you come up with in the comments.